Throughout the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend, it looked like Ferrari and Red Bull were the two top teams. On race day, this seemed to be affirmed as initially Ferrari were 1-3 and Red Bull 2-4. However, with just a handful of laps to go, Red Bull imploded. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez had to retire due to reliability issues. Max has now reacted to starting his title defense with 0 points. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Max Verstappen expects better from Red Bull. After the race, Max revealed how his issue had begun long before he ran into steering and engine trouble. I mean, what happened at the end is obviously very frustrating, but of course, before that, there were quite a few issues. The balance was off. I didn't have the same feeling as on Friday on the long runs, so that was a bit disappointing. He then expressed the need to look into it. Of course, these things, you don't want them to happen, and it's very painful for the team as well that both cars retired. We need to look into everything. He then pointed out their biggest problem. I think at the end, what is the biggest problem is that we scored 0 points with a competitive car. And of course, on the days when you have tiny issues or you're not entirely happy with the balance, you have to consolidate and score points, and what we did today is of course extremely painful. Later, while speaking to Sky Sports, Max was a bit more critical towards the team. Of course, you can always say problems can happen and you might have a retirement, but I think at this level, after already having so much information with engines and stuff, it shouldn't happen. We already lost a lot of points again in one race weekend, so that's just really not good. Fast feed. Haas driver Kevin Magnussen stated that this craziness just continues. We had a really good race, the car was good all the way through. Obviously a bit of luck there at the end with the two Red Bulls, but we will take that. I can't wait for the rest of the year, I just want to keep going. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner said that it looks like a similar issue on both cars. We don't know exactly what it is yet, whether it's a lift pump, whether it's a collector, or something along those lines, but we've got to get into it and understand exactly what caused it. The steering issue on Max's car was when the car got dropped on the final pit stop. We think it tweaked a track rod. Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton confirmed that for sure they would not have expected to get a podium. I woke up in the morning hoping, super hoping that we would have a chance to fight, that we would have a car that's better than we think, but we did struggle in the race. But George did a great job to get us third and fourth, which I think is pretty remarkable given the problems that we have. His teammate George Russell meanwhile suggested that there's a lot of potential in the car. We need to dig down into the data and understand how to extract the performance. We recognise our rivals are a long way ahead of us. We know what the overall limitations of the car are, and we won't settle until we have the chance of the win. Alfa Romeo's Valtteri Bottas feels that it is a great way to start the season. There are still things to improve of course, but we're just at the first race of the year. Our priority was reliability, and I'm happy we could finish with both cars as the speed is there. Who will be the championship contenders in 2022? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.